If you want to make your first 10K per month in profit, then you need to watch this entire video because I'm going to show you the exact steps that took my agency past 10K per month, then 20, then 40, then 50, and now at 100K per month in profit with a 7-figure run rate. And so these are the 8 steps on how you can get to 10K per month within 30 days. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is a Stripe account of a brand new agency that we created in 4 weeks, which collected $15,000 in profit in 2024. And so let me show you how this was possible. So my day yesterday went as follows. I woke up, had some coffee, I took 15 sales calls, which were pre-booked into my calendar. We then closed 8 clients who paid on the call in full. I then went to the gym, checked in with my fulfillment team, and then went to sleep. And I did all this and added around 20K to my bottom line without sending any cold emails, without making any cold calls. We didn't send any DMs on Instagram or send any messages on LinkedIn. We didn't send any Loom videos in an email. We don't use Upwork. And in fact, we spent 0 time doing any manual prospecting. And so I'm going to show you my blueprint on how you can do this yourself and get to your first 10K in 30 days, basically copy and paste. And so let's talk about step number 1. That's niche, problem, and solution. And so what I mean by that is when you first build your agency, you must start with one niche, one service, and one channel. And what I mean by that is the following. So with one avatar, that could be dentist, for example. With one service, that could be lead generation. With one channel, that could be LinkedIn. And so when you're getting started, you don't want to have different avatars and different services and different channels to get to the avatar. You want to make life as simple and as easy for you as possible. And in the early stages, the broader you go, the harder it is for you to scale. So simply pick one avatar of a client, then choose one service that you can deliver upon and choose one channel to reach out to that client. The biggest mistake that I see with agency owners who haven't got to 10K per month is they go after 3 to 5 different clients. So they go after dentists, chiros, doctors. They then offer lead generation and then web design, then SEO. And then they send cold emails, they make cold calls, they prospect across LinkedIn. You need to cut all that out, go back to the basics and choose one of each. Now, one very important point to note is the grass is never actually greener on the other side when it comes to niches, right? So if you ever feel stuck or unsure about a niche, you must stick to it for at least 6 months and never niche shop. And so when it comes to actually picking niches, just simply pick something that you are passionate about and stay with it for a minimum of 6 months. Now, if you don't know where to look or where to start with niches, we've actually got a free niche guide that gives you 100 profitable niches that you can choose from. And so if you want this doc, just comment down below or drop me a DM on Instagram and we'll send this over to you completely for free so you can choose your niche without doing any work on the front end. Now that's step number 1. Step number 2 is equally as important, and that's picking the right niche. And so riches are in the niches. And so you must do your homework. Don't just pick a niche for the sake of quickly picking something. Actually find a niche, do your homework and do your research, because what you're going to do is you're going to solve a specific problem / pain point in your chosen niche, and you're not going to want to change that. And so really, when you do want to pick one niche, really take your time to first analyze what is the problem in this niche and what is the solution that I can provide for you. And so picking the right niche is pretty important. We then have step number 3. So this is posting content. Now, I never used to do this in the beginning. It's only now that I've started to actually post pieces of content, but it's actually transformed not only the impact that I can make, but how much money that I can make in a short period of time. And so when it comes to posting content, you want to just, post a couple of videos on Instagram, make a few short YouTube videos, try and document your journey, or in fact, post valuable content that your niche might see. So for example, if you want to build a dentist type of agency, then you want to start posting content about how you can help dentists, what type of problem dentists may have, because before you know it, you'll start getting dentists to watch your reels on Instagram or watch your YouTube long form content. And that is a lot more powerful than having to actually prospect out to a dentist. And so start posting content across every single channel. It doesn't have to be professional. You don't have to pay an editor like my videos, for example. It's quite literally a loop video with Notion, right? So don't get fancy, stick to the basics and just start documenting your journey, because at some point you'll build an audience full of dentists who will happily just pay you money without you even taking an actual sales call. So content is very, very important. We then have step number 4, and that's learning how to build leverage. So this is pretty important. And a question to you guys is, do you think Alex Hormozi or Iman Gadzi, do you think they got rich by working just 15 hours per day and long hours? And the answer is no. And so the reason why these guys have been able to achieve what they have is they have mastered leverage to the highest degree. And what I mean by that is you've got to learn how to compound your time. So start posting more content, learn how to run effective lead gen ads, invest in a decent website. Please don't just use some template, go high level, click funnels or Webflow piece of template. Actually build a good website with good pieces of copy that is tailored towards your industry. And then of course, learn how to build a funnel, right? Learn how to build effective lead gen ads. And so our whole kind of premise in terms of zero prospecting is we run ads. And so I've done an entire training module on this in a previous video. And so learn how to build effective lead gen ads that actually make use of your time and knowledge learning and actually help you build a system that generates you book calls on complete autopilot. So I truly believe that paid ads is the way forward when it comes to booking appointments. So learn how to do everything, take your time, do your homework, and actually don't just send cold emails for the sake of sending cold emails. Actually learn how to do what the gurus are doing, which is sending traffic to a landing page, qualifying them, and then getting them onto a book call, right? And what I want to say in terms of leverage is your time is the most valuable asset. So instead of spending it consuming content and sending cold emails and making cold calls, spend it by actually building machines that compound your time. Content is a machine, a landing page is a machine, an ad campaign is a machine. So rather than be the consumer, actually start to post your content across the internet and actually start to learn how to build a funnel. And so step 4 is pretty important. Step number 5 is pretty important as well, and that's hire an appointment setter. And so when you do start running paid ads and you do start posting content, you'll pretty quickly gain a lot of traction. And so you want to make sure that you have an appointment setter on standby that can reach out to all of your followers, all of your likes, your comments, your shares. You want to make sure that you have someone who can reach out to these people in a very specific manner, get them to convert onto a book call. And so there is no point posting content or running paid ads if you don't have the conversion mechanism in place. And so a lot of agency owners think that, great, I can get a 10K by running a paid ad campaign onto a calendar. That's not how it works. It's never a smooth sailing. You got to have something in place to actually nurture those leads and convert them into a book call. So simply go to a platform like a Facebook group, look for an appointment setter that can obviously go through your Instagram likes, go through your YouTube followers, that can go through all of your paid ad likes, connect with that person, and eventually nurture them into a book call. And so we actually had our first 4 clients at 4K each from an appointment setter. So it's very, very important. Now, step number 6 is don't get fancy. And I see this all the time when people get to 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K, they stop prioritizing the tasks that actually got them there. So in other words, no matter where you are in your agency journey, if you're at 0, 5K, 10K, 100K, $1 million a month, you must prioritize income generating activities only, forever, non-stop. Now, that's not to say that obviously you got to prioritize things like branding and client communication and service delivery, but realistically, it's the IGAs that actually get you to the revenue figure. And so why not build a system around this to really make sure that no matter how fast you scale, you always prioritize income generating activities. And so This is particularly important when you're just starting out. Don't spend hours and hours picking a logo, or don't spend hours and hours building a beautiful site. Now, of course, a website is very, very important. Actually build something that looks nice, but don't spend all of your time in it. Like, don't spend all of your time building a pipeline or CRM, or just do the income generating activities to get the results, right? That's very, very important. And as I said here, when most people get to around 10K per month, they forget what actually got them there, therefore they cannot scale any further. And so this should be your mantra: prospect, nurture, close. Prospect, nurture, close. And that is basically all you need to get to 10K per month. It's really not that complicated, right? And step number 7 is innovate. And this is pretty important, because ultimately, if you see a problem, solve it. If you see an opportunity, take it and run with it. Don't wait for others to give you permission or tell you if it's a good idea or not. I can't tell you guys how many times I've actually had an idea, I've waited because no one else is doing it, and then figure out that every single other guru is now doing it in the marketplace, right? And so if you have something and you feel like it's unique, do it, run with it, and test it, right? And so don't just wait there and hope that you're going to get some feedback from someone. Obviously, when it comes to getting feedback, get the feedback, but once you have something, just do it and don't quit, right? So innovation is pretty important. You don't want to be like every single other agency in the marketplace. You want to be different, and you want to innovate your way through building a profitable online business. Now, the last step is scaling slowly. So this is important. Alex Hormozi once said this: don't build a business on rocky foundations or fragile foundations, because what will happen is you might end up getting to 5, 10, 15K, but you'll find that because you've just scaled so quickly, you've neglected, say, 30 to 40% of the build of the business, that now to get to 30K per month, you've got to basically tear everything down and start fresh. So why not start slowly, build a foundation, learn how to build assets, learn how to actually deliver for your clients, build SOPs, post content. Don't wait till you've got your first 2, 3, 4, 5 paying clients. Do everything now and actually build a foundation. And I know that Gary Vee says this all the time, patience is key, and it's absolutely true. And so you don't want to build a business on rocking foundations, because trust me, it's not as nice as it seems getting to 10K per month in like 10 days and then figuring out that, great, you have to refund all of your clients because you missed the service delivery aspect. And so it's really important that you take your time to understand each model of the agency space and follow these 8 steps. And I can guarantee if you do these steadily, you'll get to your first 10K, then 20, then 40, then 50, then 100, and so on and so forth. And so if you guys need any help in scaling your agencies, your coaching, or your consulting business, then you can follow me on Instagram below. Drop me a DM. I'll send you my free guide, my free training, and let's jump on a one-on-one call, and I'll show you exactly how I've done this for myself, for 100 other agency clients, and how you guys can basically do the same, guaranteed. And by the way, this is all pay per results, right? So you don't pay me anything up front. We do it pay per results, and we only get paid if we actually get you a qualified deal or a qualified book call. So complete pay per results. If you're interested, drop me a DM on Instagram, and I'll see you next time.